Hi everyone.
안녕하세요 여러분.
We're Ray.
and Jin. 아시다시피 저는 한국에서 학창시절을 보냈고 레이는 미국에서 학창시절을 보냈어요. 근데 레이는 제가 어디서 어떻게 학교를 다녔는지 아마 너무 생소할 것 같아서 제가 학창시절을 보낸 곳으로 가가지고 레이한테 한번 1일 투어를 시켜주려고 그래요.
I was also a teacher back in the day in the same neighborhood that Jin went to school, so it's going to be kind of interesting to see our different perspectives on the same place.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
This is the school.
This is your school?
Yeah.
Elementary school?
Yeah.
The first thing I noticed, not gonna lie, is it honestly looks kind of like a jail. Like you have this gate out front and then it's just gray and white. So why does it look so sad? Does this accurately reflect the student's mindset? This school is like 4 floors and like humongous.
There's a fun culture in Korea.
A fun culture in Korea?
You have to drink milk mandatorily.
Oh,
Seriously, like
wait, what? The uyu 냉장고. Wow.
I have to deliver milk.
Oh, to all your classmates?
Yeah.
That's the thing in America too. Like when I was younger, there used to be this Got Milk commercial and it was supposed to advertise milk to all people. Like, oh, milk makes you stronger. It says, it's called Seoul Uyu, which makes me laugh because like there ain't no dairy cows in Seoul, okay? Korean schools, they always have a big courtyard that's for like sports, but that's different than American schools. We always have like a separate field for stuff. What do you do here?
I think I played soccer when I was young.
Wait, so you guys play soccer in the dirt? You don't have any grass?
Yeah, here.
Isn't that so sad?
Dangerous. That's how I get this scar.
You have a scar from playing soccer at elementary school?
Yeah. 여기 되게 많이 바뀌었네요. 여기 원래 바닥에 다 그냥 시멘트였는데 막 색칠돼 있고.
In American schools, something that we always have is like student photos and student art and like everything all over the walls. But in here, it's literally just plain walls, nothing, no decoration, nothing. I feel like when I was teaching my elementary school students, they were still innocent. They didn't know the level of studying. But middle schoolers, that's when they started to have to take school very seriously.
Ray,
Why?
I went there so many times to eat 삼각김밥.
This 7-Eleven? This exact one?
Yeah, exact one.
Wow.
And there's 문방구.
Let's check it out. Like in Seoul, well, this area is a little bit different. There are some sidewalks, but there's so many cars and traffic for little elementary school kids to navigate. It's so scary.
I went here so many times. 여기 하시던 분이에요? 그 처음부터? 20년 전부터? 아, 초등학교 때 이거 자주 왔었는데. 네. 외상은 없어요. I used to come here. He's still working here.
Still working, same person? That's so cute.
2003, 4년? 그때 여기 왔었는데 자주. 아직도 있네요, 여기.
그래?
네. 여기서 맨날 준비물 사고 그랬는데. 이런 거 사 먹고 그랬는데. 사 먹죠. 자, 이거 하나랑.
It's so cute.
어디 여기 마스크 벗어봐봐. 어디 봐봐.
저 모를 거예요. 어떻게 알아요, 저를? 그동안 얼마나 많았을 텐데. I used to buy like things like
I used to
this.
buy these too. Like Yu-Gi-Oh was what was popular when I was a kid.
네, 잔돈은 됐어요. 그냥 이거 하나만 살게요. 저 들어가 보겠습니다. 집에요.
들어오세요.
네.
Alright, let's go. 안녕히 계세요.
안녕하세요.
Do you like green?
Yellow is the main.
Yellow's the main one? Here. I'll try. I want blue. Sounds good. We have these in America too.
This is the taste of my elementary school. I had so many of those.
So good. Just pure sugar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need it to walk up the freaking hill to your middle school over there. Oh, you have to hike up this mountain?
Yeah. I had to hike this every day.
I don't like this part. It got steep suddenly. Is this your middle school?
This school was so competitive.
Really?
Yeah, everyone studied so hard.
So this school is actually really beautiful because it's on top of this huge hill. So it just overlooks the city. It's like amazing and beautiful, and it's covered by all these trees, and it's got all this brick. It's very nice. Compared to my middle school and my high school in America, like they were kind of in the middle of nowhere, so it's not very interesting. But here it's just so pretty. Okay, also there's one thing that I noticed right away that's so different about this school compared to like where I went to school. There's a parking lot here, but you can probably fit 20 cars. The parking lot at my high school had parking for like 350 cars, so it's totally different, right?
Yeah, in Korea, like only teachers drive.
Exactly. Wow, you guys still have the dirt field. I see how it is. It feels sad. Like, isn't it sad to not have grass?
Grass is hard to manage, that's why.
But it is cute and pretty.
This is the high school.
This part's the high
Yeah,
school?
and I went to middle school here, so you have to go deep inside.
You have to, oh, it gets bigger? It's still so small. Like this is one tiny part of my high school.
I graduated that school. It's small, right?
Yeah, it's so small. It's so small.
Oh, I used to park my bike around there,
Oh, really? Right around here? Oh.
and it got stolen like 3 times.
From high school? I forgot you went to high school in America, not Korea. So how does it compare? Since you went to both Korean school and American school, what did you think?
It was like hell.
It was like hell in Korea compared to America?
Yeah, you have to study really hard. And after this, I have to go to hagwon, so many hagwon. And I have to freaking cut my hair really short.
Oh, you have to have a certain haircut to go to school?
Yeah.
Is that the case nowadays still?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say, all of my middle school students and stuff that I taught, they had the craziest hair I've ever seen.
When I was in middle school, when I commute, there's like scary teachers and like students, like police students, check your hair and stuff, and
You had to wear a uniform, right?
yeah.
Wow.
If I don't have tie, I get in trouble.
Oh no.
There's a cafeteria over there.
Oh, cafeteria's that way?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, this way? Wait, so you can only enter the cafeteria from outside?
Yeah.
So in the winter you have to wear your jacket to go eat lunch? But who designed that? It's really interesting to be here where Jin studied when he was younger, like 15 years ago. When we go to America, I kind of want to take you to where I went to school and you can see how different it is. I'm sad I can't go inside. If I were a public school teacher, I would have had the experience, but I only worked at hagwon, so I don't know what it's like inside.
나를 알며 참에 살고 공부하며 일하자.
Did you fulfill all 3?
None.
None?
Just kidding.
So naughty. How's it feel to be here?
It's the same.
Same?
Yeah, I really wanted to see my English teacher and show off my wife
Aww.
because my English teacher said my English score is not that good.
And here you are today.
Where are you?
You should say a message to your English teacher.
제가 학교 다닐 때 영어 점수는 안 좋았지만 그래도 미국인 아래 얻었어요. 파이팅!
So this street is known as like hagwon hell. Like all the buildings have different hagwons and students just go from building to building to building to building until the day is over basically. And that's something that Americans don't really understand because in American school, you're supposed to learn all of the subjects necessary for you to like live a good life. But in Korea, your normal school isn't considered good enough. You have to study hard to outcompete everybody else. So it's a really hard life and I feel really bad for Korean students.
That was my life. I had to go to hagwon to hagwon.
Oh, despite that, you turned out to be such a good guy.
Thank you. And students should know that teachers are having a hard time too.
Yes, please be nice to your teachers because they're probably just as tired as you are, okay? You guys are all in it together. Now we're in an area that I really recognize because this is the area where I really hated my life.
저는 학교 끝나면은 항상 여기에 와가지고 학원에서 공부를 하고 집에 갔어요, 밤늦게.
So, funny story is I actually taught at the same hagwon, English hagwon that Jin studied at back in the day. How was your experience at that hagwon?
It was so hard and stressful.
You told me that they used to,
Yeah,
hit you with the rulers.
yeah.
Yeah, well, they are also not nice to me. Like, students hate going to hagwons. Teachers also hate teaching at hagwons, so it's a bad business for everyone. Oh, that's the building. I see the building where I taught. So I don't really talk about my hagwon experience because I just don't really want to think about it. But this hagwon, I mentioned it in another video about my schedule that they tried to make me work here and people didn't really understand, so let me explain it to you. They tried to make me teach like 12 classes per day. I had to prepare all my own materials for all of my students. I had to grade their materials, and that alone takes like 1 hour per class every week. They wanted me to teach 12 classes back to back to back to back to back with no breaks. I wasn't even allowed to use the bathroom. Like, even a crappy job lets you use the bathroom. I really, really, really hated this place. I always had to work like every day outside of my work hours. I can't even explain the hatred I feel towards this place. It was the worst, the worst.
As a student, I couldn't go home either.
Yeah, so the teachers and the students both suffer at this place. It's no joke, man. Hagwon life is just horrible. I would not recommend it to anyone. Like, students in Korea, depending on their parents, attend so many different hagwons. My students always told me, oh yeah, I go to math hagwon, I go to English hagwon, I go to science hagwon, I go to music hagwon, I go to art hagwon. Every hagwon they go to. So they're studying all day, all night, no breaks.
And sleep at school.
Oh yeah, when they go to school the next day, they take a nap in class. That's their sleep time. Not at home. At home, they're studying. It's a really hard, sad life, honestly. I feel bad for the students, especially nowadays. It's even more competitive nowadays, so. This building is one of the oldest, or it is the oldest apartment building in Korea, or in Seoul. In the basement of this building is a market. And I used to come here on my break sometimes to get a little snack. What about you? Have you ever come here?
Yeah, all the time.
All the time?
To eat kimbap.
Oh, really?
We came here a little bit late, so it's like all closed.
Yeah. Right now everything's closed, but during the day there's actually a lot of shops, obviously. I think some of these places have been here since the beginning.
Yeah, so it feels really meaningful to show you like what I saw when I was in middle school and elementary school.
Yeah?
The exact same thing. So it's like sharing our memories.
It will be really interesting if we come back here like many years from now and see what it looks like then. It was so nice getting to follow Jin's footsteps for the day. It's so interesting because Korea has changed and developed so much so quickly, but obviously some things are still the same.
저도 한 거의 20년 만에 와보니까 바뀐 것도 있고 안 바뀐 것도 있고 되게 신기했어요. 나중에 저희가 뭐 애기 생기거나 하면은 같이 한번 또 와보는 것도 되게 재밌을 것 같아요.
I'd be really curious to know about your guys' childhoods growing up in Korea. I know you guys have had such varying experiences, so you should type some comments down below. I'm really curious to read all about it. And on that note, I think we should end today's video. So hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.